Thank you, Kim, for that kind introduction, but what an amazing gathering of enthusiastic, optimistic people working together to change the narrative of Appalachia. Before I go further, I do want to recognize my friend Ann Hazlitt, head of USDA Rural Development, and welcome Ann to my home state. Ann is doing a great job for rural America, and she is a true friend of Appalachia and of Kentucky. She is a terrific partner for ARC. We work together closely, and we appreciate her being here and USDA's work and investment in the region. And I'd like to thank Governor Bevin and Congressman Rogers for their leadership in SOAR and for their vision for a strong Kentucky. This is part of the reason we are here today. And thank you, Congressman Rogers, for working to ensure that ARC has the tools it needs to meet the evolving challenges of Appalachia. You are our champion in that regard. Thank you, sir. Now, this is my first time at a SOAR Summit. I've been told to expect a conference marked by energy, innovation, and creativity, and I can see why. From my first days as the new federal co-chair of the Appalachian Regional Commission, I heard about SOAR. I heard about how Jared and Josh and the rest of the team took on a never say never philosophy when considering Eastern Kentucky's possibilities. You will be so impressed with them, I heard. They are shining examples of collaboration and innovation, everyone said. So one of my first trips as ARC federal co-chair was to come to Pikeville to visit with Jared and SOAR leadership. I wanted to see firsthand what the relationship between SOAR and ARC looked like. I wanted to understand how it was working and what were we, SOAR, and Eastern Kentucky getting for our ongoing investments. It only took a few minutes for me to see that everything I had been hearing was absolutely true. I'm seeing SOAR's uncanny ability to bring people and ideas together, to foster partnerships that will make a difference in Eastern Kentucky. I'm hearing about SOAR's belief that there is a future in Appalachia, and that future is premised on everyone doing their part. So I'm proud of the long-standing and deep relationship between ARC and SOAR as we implement success. That's why today I am pleased to announce that ARC is pledging a $100,000 investment in SOAR's continued good work, which will be used for operational support. This investment will continue to work towards our common goals of economic prosperity in Eastern Kentucky and throughout Appalachia. As ARC's new federal co-chair, my three top priorities for the Commission are shared by SOAR. First is to continue developing a culture of Appalachian entrepreneurship. There is no good reason that the next world-class entrepreneur can't come from Appalachia, or better yet, from our shared home state of Kentucky. He or she may be here today for all we know, coming up with the next idea to change the world. To support our entrepreneurs, we must be able to provide them with the resources to succeed. That not only includes access to capital, it also means access to people and services that will help them thrive. This has been a common shared theme between SOAR and ARC and will continue. Indeed, we are working on some new resources for Appalachia's entrepreneurs that we plan to release in the next few months. Second is our joint commitment to revitalizing our coal-impacted communities. Eastern Kentucky, as you know, has taken a disproportionate hit as the coal industry evolves. I don't have to tell you how our local economies have been so interwoven with coal. SOAR has been an extraordinary partner in ARC's Power Initiative to diversify our coal-impacted communities. To date, ARC has awarded $94 million through the Power Initiative to help coal-impacted communities in 250 Appalachian counties diversify and grow their economies. These investments are projected to create or retain almost 8,800 jobs, leverage an additional $210 million in investment, and prepare thousands of workers and students with globally competitive skills and opportunities in the region's manufacturing, technology, entrepreneurship, agriculture, and other emerging sectors. With the support of Governor Bevin and Congressman Rogers, coupled with your belief that there is a future in Appalachia, and with the good ideas you have presented us, ARC has been able to invest in a diverse portfolio of economic development projects in Kentucky. This includes the new Kentucky School of Optometry, a few blocks away from here at UPike. This program offers state-of-the-art training on the latest technology to prepare the next generation of medical specialists who will literally be helping our friends and neighbors see better. It includes support for EK-SEP to develop a market-ready, skilled tech workforce that is as competitive and well-trained as coders coming from Silicon Valley. It includes support for FAHI's compelling and innovative approach to addiction recovery by focusing on skill development and employment pathways. It includes support to develop the country's biggest elk reserve at the Appalachian Wildlife Center in Corbin, a project poised to propel the state's tourism industry. Now, we will soon be announcing nearly $30 million of additional power investments in the region's coal-impacted communities, each of which will continue to bring new jobs and opportunities. The third priority that I want to talk about hits us on a more personal level. I'm talking about the region's drug epidemic. A sad but true fact is that every one of us has a friend, neighbor, colleague, or relative who has been personally touched by the epidemic. It is not only impacting our families, it is also preventing our economy from thriving. That's why we can no longer consider this someone else's problem. I know this is an important issue to Congressman Rogers. He has been a stalwart leader, sounding the alarm about the opioid epidemic in Kentucky and Appalachia before anyone else. Heeding Congressman Rogers' call, ARC has been a longtime partner with Unite and its efforts to address the region's drug crisis. We are proud of that partnership. But there is more that we can do. As economic developers and as community leaders, we need to take the drug issue head on. Research tells us that one of the key anchors for successful personal recovery is employment. I've been traveling the region to learn more about what is working in our communities as they develop stronger pathways to employment for those in recovery, and how we at ARC can help. While the opioid epidemic unfortunately began in Appalachia, there is no reason solutions can't come from our region as well, solutions we can share with the rest of the country. Despite this challenge, like you, I believe there is a future in Appalachia. Indeed, everywhere I go, especially in eastern Kentucky, I see private sector investments, regional collaborations, innovative partnerships, and workforce opportunities. I see creativity, energy, and optimism. Much of this has to do with SOAR's leadership and vision. This makes me bullish on Appalachia. If Appalachia were a stock, I would buy it because I believe it is an undervalued asset. I want to thank you for having me here. I look forward to coming back to see the continued progress Eastern Kentucky is making and seeing more of what the good work of all of you is making possible. Thank you for the honor of speaking to you today.